So we've just been talking with Matt Taibbi, the journalist, about the very real possibility that Donald Trump might get reelected. Later in the program, we will be talking about the burning of the Amazon and the people responsible for it. Now, where do these two stories come together? I'm about to tell you. They come together in the person of an individual named Stephen Schwarzman. Stephen Schwarzman is a billionaire. He is the CEO and co-founder of a hedge fund and investment firm known as Blackstone. Steve Schwarzman is a top financier and funder of Donald Trump and now of Mitch McConnell as well. And Steve Schwarzman is also, through Blackstone, a top financial force behind the destruction of the Amazon, which is a horrifying thing to do to humanity. Actually, both those things are horrifying things to do to humanity. Now, here's how it works. Ryan Grim wrote about it in The Intercept. It turns out that the Amazon terminal, the shipping terminal, where the people who despoil the Amazonian land, deforest it, built a highway, ship it out. The company that runs that is Hidrovias do Brasil, a company owned in large part by Blackstone. Another Blackstone company, Patria Investimentos, owns more than 50% of Hidrovias, which Blackstone itself directly owns, while Blackstone owns an additional roughly 10% stake. So Steve Schwarzman is an owner and controller of these corporations that are working hard, hand in glove with the farmers burning the Amazon, that is working to pave the Amazon over, that is shipping the products that are, as we shall soon learn, produced and sold by violent organizations protected by militias working against the indigenous people of the Amazon. So it all comes together, in a sense, the politics and the environmental destruction in the person of Stephen Schwarzman. Now, what do we know about Stephen Schwarzman? We know that he is a big hedge funder. We know that he is a big Wall Streeter. We also know that Steve Schwarzman had a bit of notoriety a few years back when there was talk about eliminating a tax loophole for hedge funders, one that has allowed people like him to get hundreds of millions of additional wealth at the expense of the American people. Now that discussion was likened, the elimination of that tax loophole was likened by Steve Schwarzman to, and I kid you not, Hitler's invasion of Poland. This is how extreme and out of touch this guy is, this Steve Schwarzman, and yet he remains, among other things, protected by many such tax loopholes, a respected figure in society, not being held accountable for the environmental destruction he's financing or the political destruction he is enacting through his friends, Mr. Trump and Mr. McConnell. We are ruled by madmen.